Give me 5 good reasons why you're a Catholic. Okay, I will. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Adam here with Bishop Sheen Rosaries, and I thought we'd take a little break today from Rosary-specific content and talk about just kind of the Catholic Church at large. It's a bit of a different format, but if you like this, make sure you let me know below in the comments, like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our videos when they come out. Why don't you also comment down below why you love being Catholic, and if you aren't Catholic, just maybe have a question. Let us know. But let's get right into it, shall we? Reason number 1, we are a church that believe that there are faith and works, and they go together and you cannot separate them. Not only do we believe in true baptism in the name of the Father and Son, Holy Spirit, but we also believe that we must go live life as a Christian and follow the law in order to be saved. It is not enough to just say that we are Christian. We must act like we are Christian, and specifically Catholics. So we got the law of Moses in the Old Testament, in Exodus, we got 10 commandments. But then in the New Testament, Jesus gives us the new commandments. He actually goes on to give us the blueprint for how we can be saved, how we can get into heaven. He says, "Do everything for the least of my brothers, feed the hungry, clothed me, gave me drink when I was thirsty. For those who did it to the least of my brothers, you did it for me." We as Catholics say, we must go out and we must do these things. We have the largest network of hospitals and schools and charitable organizations, charities that do just about everything. Look at all of these I'm throwing up on the screen right now. Millions of people, millions of dollars donated, thousands of options. If you've ever been to a Catholic Mass, I'm sure that you've gotten many, many pitches at the end where they try to tell you to donate to this Catholic organization or this cause or this second collection. Catholic charities alone provide affordable housing, refugee immigration service, food banks, disaster services, and we are unwaveringly pro-life from conception until natural death. Number 2, we have Apostolic Succession. Now this is a great term, a great buzzword to throw around. Apostolic Succession essentially means that this is Jesus's church. He gave Peter keys to the kingdom. He made Peter the first pope, and he made the apostles the first priests. Because of apostolic succession, every priest and every bishop can trace back their lineage to Jesus and Peter and the original laying of the hands when Peter assumed the first role as pope. This is the church started by Jesus Christ. Hands down, no other way to slice it. What a great act of humility on the part of Jesus, giving us humans his church, knowing full well that we would make mistakes. We would not be perfect by any stretch of the imagination in our governing and our leadership of the Catholics in this world. In setting the precedent for apostolic succession, Jesus says, "You are Peter, on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will never prevail against it." As in, I am backing this church. This is my church, and hell, evil, sin will never prevail. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a stacked deck, and I don't want to be playing for the other team. Third thing, and this kind of goes along with apostolic succession, I almost just gave it away there, it's the Eucharist. And the Eucharist was given to the apostles at the Last Supper, and he said, "Do this in memory of me." And because of apostolic succession, one thing that the priests have in the Catholic Church that no other church has is the true presence of the body, blood, soul, and divinity of the Eucharist. I guess if you want to get really technical, the Orthodox churches technically have valid sacraments as well. Good catch, though. Thanks for keeping me honest. Catholics can receive Jesus Christ in the second person in the Trinity, not a symbol, every day if they want to. Not just on Sundays, every single day if you go to Mass, and you can worship him and adore him in adoration. And this is something that is unique only to the Catholic Church. And that's simply because no other church was given this authority by Jesus. Jesus is the one who gave his apostles the authority. He gave Peter the church. As if we still need more examples after the Eucharist, well, we'll go on. Number 4, Catholics have the example of the saints. The Catholic Church is in the business of handing out trophies for those who have been declared to be in heaven with Jesus. This can happen after a saint is attributed with 2 miracles or they die for the church, and that is when they're considered a martyr. What we can say about the saints, there are saints of every race, every nation, men, women, throughout all of time. There's a great diversity and a great wealth of saints that you can pray to and that you can connect to and find a saint that is similar to your journey or your path, or a patron for your hobby or your line of work or something that you struggled with. You can find the saint that connects to you. I know I've quoted him before, but C.S. Lewis said, "How monotonously alike all the tyrants and conquerors of the world are, but how gloriously different the saints." We're different than the rest of the world. We're called to act differently. We're called to live differently. This is why Catholics want big families when the rest of the world is sterilizing themselves. This is why Catholics read. I feel like I always see Catholics with a stack of books, you know? Physical books. You go to the library, get books. Some Catholics give up all of their earthly freedoms and possessions to join a religious order and take vows of obedience and poverty. Who does that? Finally, number 5 is that we have devotion to our Blessed Mother, Mother Mary. You had to know this one was coming. I couldn't stay away from the Rosary for a whole video, but here we are. The Rosary is itself such a gift, so inseparable from the Catholic Church because of how it was given to us and how it is our tool, our best tool in our tool belt as lay people to pray for each other and to pray for our church. Now I could, and I think I will, go into a video on the whole history of the Rosary, but for now, let's just say this. Devotion to Mary is the fastest and easiest way to sanctification, period. Saints have said this throughout history, throughout time, over and over again. There is no faster way to get to Jesus than through his mother. We as Catholics have a rich Marian tradition because we know we cannot take Mary out of the equation. God's plan for salvation was only through Mary. There was no other channel that Jesus came into the world than through the Virgin's womb. He is God. He could have chosen any method. He could have chosen any form of transportation. He could have snapped his fingers and boom, Jesus is there. But he didn't. He chose natural human birth through Mary. And then, at his death, he gives St. John his mother. He gives him Mary and says, "Behold, this is your mother." And to Mary, she says, "Behold your son." So we now have Mary as our mother, and we now are her sons and daughters. All right, I hope you all appreciated those 5 points. I have put a ton of thought and work into this video, and if you recognize that, all I'm asking in return, you share this video with one other person. That's all I'm asking, just one other person. I really wanted to make this a very broad, overarching video that you can share with anyone maybe been asking you about why you're Catholic. Make up a list of your own reasons that you're Catholic. Tell us below. We Catholics are all one team here. We're all trying to get to the same place, get to holiness, sanctification. Try to do that through finding a community. Easiest way to do that, once again, is through Mary. Pray the Rosary. Please do. Check out our store if you're looking for a rosary for yourself or someone else. And thank you so much for tuning in, sticking to the end of this video. From us, to you, through Mary.